What I'd like to show you today is a simple, basic curry sauce. You need lots of onions to make a good curry, and the idea is to cook them with a little bit of oil over low heat, keep the cover on the pan, and this can take anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. And what you end up with at that point is something looking like this that I've already started. And you can see how these are just simmering away here. All the sugars have come out of the onions, it's caramelized, it's very sweet, and it's almost like a sauce by now. If you have a choice, you're better to get the whole spices, the seeds, and then grind them up at home because they're far, far fresher. And what I like to do is I have a skillet here on low heat, and all I do is I take my spices and just flip them into the skillet here. No oil, this is a dry pan, and you just move them around for 4 or 5 minutes. Don't walk away and leave these unattended because you might burn them and you have to start all over again. This is a mortar and pestle that I picked up in Mexico several years ago. And you can maybe see that the inside is very coarse, and this is also very coarse. And this is excellent for grinding up spices. And it takes a little while, and you just get in and start grinding like this until you get a really fine powder like we've got in these 3 dishes here. Other things you could do, you could use a coffee mill. And here's another mortar and pestle over here. I bought this about 20 years ago before I knew about the other type, and it really doesn't work well. The inside is really smooth, and it's very hard to grind up the spices. The only thing I have left is to chop a little bit of my garlic up. I've already got the ginger here. And we'll just smash up a little bit of garlic. I'm usually going to use about 4 cloves today, but it's personal choice. You know, curries are really, really flexible. Okay, here we go. And just chop this up coarsely. The reason that I didn't put the garlic in with the onions right at the very beginning is because I don't want the garlic to get overcooked and get bitter, which garlic tends to do. So let's add this in with our onions. And then we can start adding our spices. So this is a little bit of some coriander. We need about a teaspoon. Some cumin. And some hot chili powder. I'm going to use about a teaspoon today. If you like it really hot, put lots in. If you don't like it hot, just put half a teaspoon or 1/4 of a teaspoon. Your choice, once again. And a little bit of salt. Just sprinkle the salt in. I'm just going to start giving a little stir and mix all the spices in with the onions and the garlic. And today I'm just showing you how to do this. At home, take your time. This process can take 5, 10, 15 minutes. The longer you take, the better the end result. And I'm just going to add my ginger in here before I forget it. This is a little bit of freshly chopped ginger root. And we stir around. And after about 5, 10 minutes, we're ready to move on to the next step. So I've got about 3 cups of some crushed tomatoes here. And I'm going to add them into our sauce. So I would bring this up to a boil, partially cover the pan, and simmer for 15-20 minutes. The other ingredient I have, while this is coming up to the boil, this is called garam masala. Garam masala is a blend of spices. It can contain as few as 3 ingredients or as many as a dozen. This is a garam masala that I've been enjoying for many years, and to be honest with you, I don't even know what's in it. I just know that I like it. It's like finding a good brand of coffee. Traditionally, the garam masala is added at the end in order to maintain flavor and aroma. Okay, let's bring this over here. This is the basic sauce, and today I'm going to have, for my meal, I'm going to have some chicken, some rice, and some fresh vegetables. And if I wanted to, I could make a sauce that complements each one from this basic sauce here. So I'm going to remove some first. And just the way it is, like that, I like it with my chicken. Okay, now then, in bowl number 2, what we can add is this plain yogurt. And what this will do will make the sauce a little creamier, and it will often also soften down the tone of the curry sauce. So just put that in like that. And make sure you use plain yogurt. Low fat's fine, just long as it's plain. And you can see this starting to change. The next one I would like to do, and I might like this one over my vegetables, and we'll put the turmeric in. And the only thing I would add with the turmeric is that at this point, this sauce here should really be cooked again over low heat for another 10-15 minutes, just to get rid of the raw flavor of the spice. And you'll see that once we stir this in, it will give it another nice color. So there we go. A basic, simple curry sauce with 2 variations, and I hope you enjoy trying it at home. The word curry was coined by British explorers and may have come from the southern Indian word curry, meaning sauce. The idea of a single all-purpose curry powder is also of British origin. Indian curries are much different from the yellow curry powder typically sold in North America. Curries and the preparation of them vary so greatly that even the best Indian cooks argue over the proper spicing of a particular dish. Other spices which are used in curries include cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, fennel, mustard, and tamarind. And when a recipe calls for a whole spice, you may substitute an equal amount of ground.